Yeah, this movie doesn't want to make me vacation overseas anytime soon. Now, the plot line for No Escape is pretty basic. An American family is moving to a fourth world country to start over, but the day that they move in is the day that a political rebellion begins to happen and everyone's killing everyone in the streets. It's chaos, and now this American family has to fight for survival. Now, going into No Escape, guys, I honestly didn't know what to make of this film. I really liked the director, John Derek Dowley, but the trailers honestly just didn't do nothing much for me. They weren't necessarily bad, but it looked like something I would just go out and rent or watch it whenever I got the chance. But I'm glad that I sought out this film, you guys, because No Escape is actually a pretty intense thriller, you guys. I was on the edge of my seat 90% of the time while watching this movie. There's a lot in this film that I really like. There's a few bumps and bruises, but there's a lot that I like. And I would say the best thing about this movie is that suspense. It's that tension. I mean, it's very well executed. From the absolutely amazing title card in this film, which is fantastic, to the first outbreak, it's all beautifully set up with this family. I love the setup. And the moment that the outbreak happens, from there on, I was glued. Now let's talk about some of the acting in this film, because you're probably wondering, how was Owen Wilson in this movie? And I actually really believed Owen Wilson in this role. He does a really good job at being your typical American father who wants to provide for his family, but also keep them safe. And I really believed him. I also really liked Lake Bell, and I thought Lake Bell and Owen Wilson were great in this movie, especially their reaction shots. There's a lot of up-close shots of them being scared and traumatized and trying to understand things, and it's so believable. I will admit, though, the kids are kind of questionable. I think it's more on the lines of dialogue that they were given. I don't think a kid's gonna scream for their teddy bear when they're being shot at. But if there's anyone in this movie who's absolutely fantastic, it's Pierce Brosnan. Now, I will admit, though, he's not in this movie a whole lot, but his presence stays with you throughout the film, because every scene that he is in, he steals it. Completely interesting in the film. And I will admit, though, at times, I kind of wish I was watching his side of the story. Honestly, though, as much fun as I had while watching No Escape, I don't think this is a film that you need to go out and see in the theaters. I actually think this film will actually hold up better if you just rent it or watch it at home, because I do think there's a couple of moments in the film where the direction and the editing gets a little sloppy, and it could probably induce some headaches in the theater. I felt like the ending in this film was, while overall I was fine with it, I had a little bit of a hard time grasping on what was truly going on, just due to the fact I think it was a little botched in the editing lab. Also, I do think there are a couple of creative choices that just didn't work for me. For instance, they do use slow motion in this film, and it just doesn't work at times. At times, it's really great, and it helps build that tension, especially during the opening outbreak sequence and on the rooftop, but at other times, it just feels extremely repetitive and just forced upon, and it just doesn't work. Now, personally, I don't need every movie to be this groundbreaking new achievement in a thriller or whatnot. Sometimes I'm fine with just a simple, solid thriller, and that's what No Escape is. It's a solid, formalic thriller. You haven't seen this before, and you'll probably see it again. But you know what? I had a fun time watching this film. It's extremely thrilling with solid acting and just a solid film overall. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking for something to rent one night. As the score goes, I'm going to give No Escape a 3 out of 5. So you guys, are you looking forward to checking out No Escape? Make sure to let me know in that comment section below. And until next time, you guys, I'm the Slash Movie Reviewer, and you guys have just been Slash.